Welcome to jkgames, the gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge.
This is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge. Your gaming knowledge.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back. We are here and we are very excited. We got lots of cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we do. Hold on. You keep talking. I'll be right back.
Ooh, what you gonna do? Well, while she's gone, we'll just go ahead and do some housekeeping. If you don't already, go ahead and follow us on our Instagram and Twitter, jkgames podcast, so you can get notified when we go live. If you're not currently following us or watching us on Twitch, go ahead and follow us on Twitch. It's also just jkgames podcast. I'm doing the loadout, Jerica. That's what happened while you were
trying
gone.
to fix my chair. It's getting stuck on the rug.
You gotta have full dexterity while we're talking about this today. You gotta be able to move. And then also now YouTube has handles at jkgames podcast on YouTube too. Jerica, what's that you got there?
I got the BB pod. Unfortunately, it's not signed.
Let us not forget the one and the only BB pod has returned.
Because there's some Death Stranding news.
Yeah. He was a star in the new trailer.
Yeah. The baby has grown up, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I have it all over here. Whenever I get into a hype Death Stranding moment, I'll pick up the BB. Lou. Lou is her name.
How upset were you that you didn't get to see him?
I was pretty mad. If I think about it hard enough, I might cry. So
okay, moving on.
But it's not to make anyone feel bad for me. The goal was to go to the video game awards. Me and my girlfriend Audrey had everything booked: the hotel, the plane tickets, the tickets to the game awards. But then, literally the day before we leave, I contract COVID. 19, 18, 22, COVID 2000, COVID 2077.
Crossover.
It felt like it was a different, I guess this is the first time I've actually had COVID. I've tested positive before, but I never had symptoms. But this time I definitely had it, and it kicked my ass. And because of that, we canceled our trip. Luckily, was able to get everything refunded.
Good.
All our money back. And we're going to try again next year. But yeah, it was a bummer because I've been following the news, and Kojima was in LA, and I was like, oh, great. Like, Kojima is going to be at this Game Awards showing off something. I really wanted to see him with my own eyes and maybe get him to sign my BB pod. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because I got sick. And then my girlfriend also got COVID. So, we just had a little COVID staycation. And I played a few video games, watched a few TV shows, and just rested. So other than that, and like I said, it's not to make anyone feel bad, it's just, I just expect to be disappointed. That's just how I live my life. Don't be sad for it. See,
under promise, over deliver.
That's what I try to do. So that way I'm never disappointed, but I was still disappointed.
But I think that they honored you in your absence with all of this stuff we got.
Hell yeah.
I feel like we got a ton of stuff.
That trailer for DS2 was phenomenal.
Okay, we're going to dive into more later. Okay, by the way, I'm Kayla, one of your hosts.
Oh yeah, I'm Jerica, the other host. On this podcast, we talk about video games and other things we're reading. I said reading twice.
Reading, watching,
eating.
Peeing.
Sometimes what's eating us, which is ticks sometimes. That's what we talk about.
You did do that once. Probably more than once, to be honest.
I hope it's just once in the last. Anywho.
But today we're going to talk about, we have a new project coming soon. A new kind of like, spin-off.
Should we go ahead and introduce it?
We should.
Let's
we
just
should
do
go
it.
ahead and do it.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead.
We have
roll the tape.
Jeff Keighley. I was about to say suck it, but he's a great guy, and I really enjoyed the Game Awards this year. so not to throw shade at Jeff Keighley, just say like, ooh, we got our own world premiere here that we're about to unveil.
Okay.
So
Here, I'll be Jeff Keighley.
Okay.
World premiere ready for the one and the only from jkgames podcast studio. That's nothing. But it can be.
It's gonna be, maybe. If I can get my desk situated first.
Presenting for the first time the world premiere of ClickerBait.
Yeah, and it's already at the wrong spot. Here we go. I don't know why this goes with the music.
I can't hear it.
Oh yeah, you can't hear it. But our viewers can hear it.
Yeah.
It's probably really loud.
That's, give you the full experience. Does it sound familiar?
It's almost done. There you have it, folks.
Woo! Get hyped.
Our new show, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna just pause it right there. Regardless of if this is your first episode, lucky first episode, we are announcing a new show called ClickerBait, where me and Kayla will be dissecting and going over each and every episode of the new Last of Us show coming to HBO January 15th. As you know, if you listen to our show, we love Last of Us.
We do.
We talk about it every episode.
We do.
But very cool little collaboration we had, just like getting to announce the show and our ideas. Literally, Oliver, he has done our art for the podcast, this podcast, jkgames, drew us, gave us little characters, characterized us. Is that the right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, he drew us for our art. And then I literally gave him an idea. I was like, hey, I want a clicker looking at a phone. And that was
what we got, and it's beautiful.
And what's crazy is the title came from another friend of the show. I don't know what their name is on here. I forget.
Oh, it's Cooper Trooper, I think.
Cooper Trooper like gave us the Super Cooper Duper gave us the title ClickerBait, and it just worked out that the clicker is like looking at a phone. It's clickbait, it's pretty cool.
And me and Jacob, we had talked about it for a while, and we were throwing around like what we wanted to do. We were like, do we want it to be a part of jkgames? Do we want it to be its own thing? And I think that it feels right to have it be its own thing, because it's going to be really in depth, I think, is what we plan for. So like, I'm going to be taking notes. Jerica's going to be taking notes. We're going to talk about it. And the goal is just like our goal is for the podcast on jkgames, is to make it accessible to like everyone. So like, if you didn't play the game and you just want to watch the show, that's fine. And then you can just listen to our commentary. We're going to compare it. We're going to compare and contrast. Hopefully by the end of the show, you want to play the game, because like you should.
Oh, it's definitely going to happen. And one last shout out. Same amazing gentleman that created our theme song also did the theme song for this show. Chadwick, he was able to, I basically just told him, I need our same theme song, but with strings, the guitar thing.
The guitar.
Like The Last of Us. I need it to sound like The Last of Us. So, very cool. Sorry. Occasionally I might cough a lung. This episode.
But January 15th, right? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Is the first episode of The Last of Us. It's going to be an hour long, which is crazy. Very excited for that. I wonder if is that going to be the regular runtime?
No, I think the rumor was that they combined episode 1 and 2 into one episode for the first one, because there was supposed to be 10 episodes and now there's 9. So I think the first episode will be the longest.
Super Cooper in the chat. Yep, that's it. That's him. Thank you for the layup. We just put it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really cool to think about how like all friends of the show came together to help make this new show.
Yeah.
Like,
if we make it big, we'll throw you a couple mil here and there.
Oop, there you go.
Yeah, just because that's how much money we're going to make. We got $4 in the bank right now.
Hey, $4 more than we had. So yeah, we're really excited, and I really hope that you guys follow us over there too. Hey, even if you're not a Last of Us fan, which I'm sure if you're listening, you probably are, come just give it a try. See what it's all about. You know, we appreciate any and all support. Super Cooper said, "Can I get that in writing?" That's
Yeah, I'll type up
absolutely.
the form now, the legal document.
But definitely if you're in the chat and you have any questions, go ahead and sound off. We might not have the answers yet. We're still fleshing everything out. I don't like that word, flesh.
I used to call it flush.
Makes sense.
Like flushing a toilet. I did that my whole life until recently.
Flush.
I was like, flush that out. How many times have I said that to somebody and they didn't correct me? Finally, someone corrected me. And I was like, thank you. I didn't want to talk about flushing a toilet. Let's flush this out a little bit more.
Flush it. I mean, I guess like in some circumstances that would also make sense, you know. But the show episodes are gonna, the Last of Us TV show is gonna be releasing on Sundays. We our goal is to record the next day. So probably having our episodes come out on Tuesdays. We haven't fully figured that out exactly yet, but it is going to be a weekly recap of every single episode. So we are not going to be doing live episodes though, unfortunately, but we are going to be recording and putting it on our podcast feed. So we will make sure to share all the links to that once we have it. We are going to do an episode before the first episode of this TV show comes out. And we're going to talk about dissecting the most recent trailer that we got, which is phenomenal. And we're going to kind of talk about our predictions, what we hope to see, that sort of thing. If you would like, we actually have an older episode of us. We did like a fan casting for the show like a long time ago before we even had much information at all. So you could go back. We have several Last of Us episodes if you want to go back on our jkgames channel and look at those. There's plenty to choose from. If you want to get a little taste of what it's going to be like, you know. Anything else you wanted to add about the show, Jerica? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm
so excited.
I'm just ready to do a little bit like something new. So that's exciting for us I mean, we have basically had a Last of Us podcast, so this should be easy for us to dive into. It's fun. I've never done a TV show like recap show, and I've like obviously I just sort of got inspiration from I watched a lot of Lost when it came out, and there's a companion podcast that I found. I cannot remember the two dudes that did it, but basically they just broke down each and every episode like after it aired, and it was just so fun to like hear other people's thoughts and theories. So it's cool.
We're excited to hopefully be your companion podcast.
Yeah, I think there's a few out there already that are trying to steal our thunder or beat us there, but I think we might have them going, especially, you know, me and Kayla's commentary.
We've been here since the beginning, you know, like I loved my experience. I was a late bloomer in the Last of Us era, but I loved my experience and I can't wait to watch it. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But we'll let you know. Go ahead and just follow us on our JK Games podcast stuff, which also GZDR Forever. I think that I don't know exactly how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Will the TV show recap encourage you to go to Comic-Con?
I'm encouraged to go to Comic-Con anyways, Kayla.
Oh yeah.
Like, we should figure out a way to go.
I've always wanted to go. I've only ever gone to thank you for your question, by the way. I appreciate it. I've been to Dragon Con in Atlanta, but that's the only convention I've ever been to. I would love to go to San Diego Comic-Con, and I would love to go to New York Comic-Con. But very expensive, both of those, and very exclusive and hard to get into. But I would love that. I would 100% do it. It would be fun to go together too.
Yeah. Let's try to make it happen this year, Kayla.
Yeah, 2023 goals.
Neither one of us gets sick, and we actually get to go to a cool thing.
Yes, I would love to go to the Game Awards too. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
What? Another thing is JK Games podcast. Do not fret. It is not going away. It is not going anywhere. We are going to be focusing on ClickerBait, and that's going to be our primary focus. So you will occasionally get some JK Games podcast,
especially if there's big news, like you know, Spider-Man 2 trailer comes out. You know, the next big PlayStation showcase, something with Starfield. I don't know. Whatever happens next year, we'll definitely do an episode for like big news items. But yeah.
And I'm gonna still we're still gonna be like streaming games on the channel too, on our Twitch channel. So still follow us there, have your notifications on, and then probably like while we're playing, we'll talk about news stuff. One of my goals next year is to play through Mass Effect for the first time, and I would love
Oh God,
to do
let's do it.
a similar type of thing like we did with Resident Evil, where like I'm playing and you're hanging out with me.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's put that on the
On the
calendar.
roster.
We got to do that ASAP.
Yeah. And then we'll put it that'd be a good like play that in like maybe January or February.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which speaking of, I guess we can go ahead and move on now to, unless anybody has any other questions, if you have any in the chat, feel free to go ahead and put them down there. But do not fret, we are not going anywhere. We are just shifting our focus a little bit. We're gonna talk about what we've been playing. We're gonna go into our easy mode. I want to hear about what Jerica's been playing on her little 6 staycation. sad staycation.
Oh no.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You won't believe what I've picked up.
Ooh.
And I've been playing a little bit of. I've actually picked up a few things. Okay.
I would love to.
First game that I'm revisiting is Cyberpunk 2077.
Ooh.
So I told myself that I'd eventually get back to it. Playing on the PlayStation 5, and so far so good. It's running pretty smoothly. There is a PS5 version. I'm sort of behind on like Cyberpunk and the updates that it's had. I know at this point in time it should be running better, have better performance on all consoles, but I wanted to play on the PlayStation on the couch because I was sick with COVID, so I'm playing on the couch on the PlayStation on the sofa, just trying to be a cool cyberpunk lady. And I was really impressed with how it looked. It looks phenomenal. Definitely much better experience than I had when it first launched. So
That's awesome.
I'm probably like a couple hours in, just driving around, picking up jobs and just exploring Night City. But yeah, I picked that up and I'm gonna keep playing it. And then
I'm glad to know that it's. I was gonna say I'm glad to know that it's gotten better, because I remember you were really excited about it when it first came out, and then you were just like, I remember you booted up and you're like, nope, gotta wait.
It's not ready yet. It just didn't look like the other things that I was playing at the time, and I was like, oh man, this stinks. But now that since the PS5 version is out, much better. Oh yeah,
it's
big difference. So I picked
what
that
else
up.
have you been doing?
I have also, I guess in that same vein of CD Projekt Red, I've also picked up The Witcher 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I picked that back up because they have a PS5 update, or
I saw
next-gen
that.
update, which improves the graphical performance, frame rate. It looks also phenomenal. And I started picking that up. Unfortunately, I don't know how it works with the physical copy that I had because my save didn't transfer, so I had to start over. So I immediately just like picked it up, went in that world just to see how it runs, and because I was really bummed because when The Witcher came on and then I was trying to play and then the PS5 came out and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to pick this up again. It ran like doo-doo, and I was just like, my eyes are so used to 60 frames plus, so I can't play this game until there's an update. And the update's out now. Looks, like I said, looks amazing. If you've never played The Witcher, it's the best time to play The Witcher 3. It's looks great, runs great, and I will probably be like juggling those games just back and forth. Might as well.
That's so funny. Yeah. Is it free, the update, or is it paid? Do you have to pay?
So here's the thing. I was lazy, didn't want to go upstairs to get my physical copy, so you might not have to pay for the update. So I just bought it again because it was like $30, and I was like, cool, and just downloaded the PS5 version. So to answer your question, I do not know.
Okay.
I blame the laziness on COVID. I didn't want to go upstairs to look for a disc. I was like, I'm here, I'm on the couch, I'm not moving. But then, one last thing I played, Kayla, and then I'll wrap it up. Hopped on the old Xbox because High on Life has come out. I'm not a big Rick and Morty gal. Like, I've watched a few clips here and
Mhm.
there and episodes when they're just randomly on, but not really like really involved in that humor or that world. But High on Me is from, I think it's Squanch Games. It's I'm really bad with names, but the creator of Rick and Morty and the voice of many characters in Rick and Morty, he pretty much saw this. Like, he's the creator of this game too. They have
I
the
remember
games
seeing
too.
that something about it. I think it was at like the Xbox showcase or something.
Yeah, the
Recently.
selling point for that game definitely was the guns that talk to you. It's quite silly. The gun talks to you. Your character doesn't really
Yeah,
have
I
a
remember
voice.
it now. Yeah.
Your character doesn't really have a voice. It's the gun that's talking to you the whole time.
So silly.
It's silly. The it is very, the humor is sort of, I'm enjoying the humor. It's getting a chuckle out of me. It's sort of random and absurd most of the, like, every second is just like ridiculous. And then but the gameplay is a little bit of a letdown. I've like only played maybe 30 to 45 minutes. I know I haven't played too much. I don't really take what I'm saying to heart, but at first glance with the gameplay, it's fine. Not doing anything that's reinventing the wheel with a
Mhm.
first person shooter, but it's definitely worth the play just for the story and the goofiness. If you're just needing like visually
A laugh.
stunning game, by the way, visually stunning,
Interesting.
looks great, runs great. Um, it's, if you have Game Pass, you get to play it. You can play it right now on your Xbox or PC. But if you're definitely feeling down or you got COVID, feel sick, you should play it because it'll make you feel better for sure.
Nice and light.
Yes, yes. So,
And then you played the new Destiny season too, right? I think
yeah,
did
of
the new
course,
season come out?
got started in that. So
Did
far,
it hook you back in?
sort of. I think I'm just. I don't want to say anything bad about Bungie, but this last season, it's getting a little
They're not-
repetitive and sort of which is fine because they put out new content every 4 months. So that's a lot to do. I would expect with Lightfall coming out at the end of February that's just where everything's going, and the story's interesting enough. Bringing back some old story beats that we never really got closure on in this season. So I'm interested to see what this story is, because this is the last season before Lightfall, and normally that will tie into something going into Lightfall. So I'm curious to see how we get to that. So that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I've been playing. What about you?
Nice. So my goal is I'm a bit slower at playing games, but I'm still working through God of War Ragnarok. I've played about 15 hours, I think. And I'm still really enjoying it. I would love to, when we finish, like dive into some spoilers, or when I finish, dive into some spoilers because Jerica's already finished. I will say this: I'm having a really good time. I really am enjoying this story. Where I'm at is just like I've been playing around. They added photo mode also. Finally,
I want to.
yeah.
You're playing it the best time. I didn't have that the whole time. I was really sad.
I know they just pushed it like I think it was like a week or two ago maybe. So I've been playing around with that because I was just taking screenshots because it's so beautiful. Like the terrain, there's so many different like landscapes. It is just like it's so cool. So I'm really enjoying where I'm at. I will say this: the only thing that is like one of my complaints, and I'm not gonna dive too far into it because I don't want to spoil anything. And this is not a spoiler, but Atreus is just very angsty, and like he's just some of the dialogue has felt a little bit repetitive.
Yeah, I could see that. Mm-hmm.
And I think it just might be where I'm at and like what's happening currently.
Mm-hmm.
But it does seem like some of what is like being discussed is just kind of like dragging out a little bit. But I think that's just because like I mean it's about the journey, you know, and like it's consistent with the messaging of what they're trying to like convey. But I'm having a great time. I'm just coasting along. I'm not really doing much of the extra stuff. I'm doing some of the side missions. But I will say the side missions they're fun, like the ones I've done. But it's not like I don't feel like I have to do like all of them. Like I'm like, actually I can skip that one if I wanted to. But yeah, about 15 hours in. How many? You said you ended up spending like about how many hours did you spend? You did a lot of the extra.
I did a lot of, and I'm still like not. There's more for me to do still. Even
oh yeah, I can see myself going because of how much I enjoy the environment and like the landscape. I could definitely see myself jumping back.
It's just fun to look for treasure. That's
Yeah.
I like all the puzzles. I think I'm close to 35 hours.
Okay.
Maybe. So you're probably like you're halfway. Probably about halfway done.
I think so. There's some parts that are difficult, man. I had to bump
hard.
that difficulty down sometimes.
It's a hard game.
Not gonna lie. But it's very rewarding. I know we talked about it in our last episode was our first impression. If you want like a little bit deeper without spoilers, go check that episode out. But I've been playing that. I can't remember if last episode if I talked about Warzone 2. Did I talk about Warzone 2? I can't remember. But I've been playing that. It's really fun. It's more Warzone. It's very similar. It's still not my favorite battle royale, but just because it's I love Call of Duty. I'm a Call of Duty fan, but it's a little bit too many. It's too many people. There's like 150 people.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I like. It is funny, and I'm sure you've seen some of the memes online if you're in like gaming TikTok or like anything like that, because there's proximity chat.
Oh God.
Which basically, if you're unfamiliar, like when you're near, you can turn it off if you want to, but if you're near somebody in the game, you can hear
what
their
they're saying.
Yeah. So like it actually is hilarious. So I've been playing with my friend in front of the show, Katie, and some of our other friends, and it is really fun. But it's just not my it's not my go-to battle royale. Like I've been really enjoying another one that I've been playing recently is Fortnite. Yes,
it got a big beautiful update too.
It did. It got a big beautiful update. Who would have thought? Would you have ever thought that like Fortnite would be I forget how many frames per second it is now. I think you can get up to 60 frames per second, I think.
It's probably more than that on PC obviously, but like
it's pretty good, but because it's using Unreal Engine now. Unreal Engine 5, I think is what it is. I think so.
Yeah.
And then it also supports ray tracing now, which is crazy. If you guys have like
I've been ultra realistic looking now.
Yeah.
I saw some footage. I was like, Jesus, I want to play Fortnite.
Yeah, my setup doesn't fully support everything that it's like capable of. But Hunter, my husband, is playing on PS5 and it looks kind of crazy. I will say this. When I first launched it up, it made me feel a little bit sick. Like that's how like weird it was. I know that sounds so weird, but it made me feel a little bit like, oh,
yeah,
like it's very bright. It's really pretty. I've tried to stream some of it. I actually might stream later tonight if you guys want to watch. There's a Christmas update that just came out, which I'm excited about. But yeah, I've been playing that. Still playing Cult of the Lamb too. I am like kind of frustrated with it.
It got really sweaty near the end, Kayla. It's hard.
I don't know. Jerica, you beat it like a lot quicker than me. I'm curious how many hours you put in, because I put in like, well, I spent a lot of time in my farm. Not gonna lie. I think that's why. Not my farm, like the cult area.
The cult,
like,
the farmlands of your cult.
So I think maybe I'm not unlocking all of the perks I could be unlocking, and that might be why I'm not better.
Yeah.
At like defeating the bosses, but I don't really care because like it's so much fun. Like I love just like tending to the cult and like naming the little people and like performing the rituals. I could like it's but yeah, so I've been playing that, and really quick plug I wanted to do a game that I really want to play. Oh, I also tried out the new Mario Kart courses.
Oh, nice.
They just dropped another course pack. So I played those. Picked up my Switch for the first time in a while. I felt very neglectful of it. And then a game that I really want to get to that came out just a couple days ago, Melatonin is the game that came out.
I forgot about that.
Cute!
Yeah.
It is. It's really cute. It came out on Steam. It also is going to be coming out on, I think it's on console as well. And it's also coming out on Switch. It came out December 15th. It is from the indie developer Half Asleep. I believe this is their first game too. Basically, it is a rhythm game that is about dreams and reality merging together, which I love games about dreams, and I love like anything to do with dreams is very intriguing to me. It is $13 on Steam if you want to get it on Steam. I don't know how much it's going to be on other consoles and things like that, but it is really cool looking. Very purple hues and like so it uses animations and sound cues to keep you on beat. So it's like a rhythm game. You're going through these dreams without any intimidating overlays or interfaces, harmonized through a variety of dreamy levels containing surprising challenges and drawn art and vibrant music. So it seems like a very much a cozy game. And I love like finding little indie games like this. Like you can tell they put a lot of hard work into this game. So hopefully by the time we record our next episode, I will be able to talk more about that because I definitely want to dive into that game.
I've added it to my cart, so I will
Yeah.
remember to get it because I'm also very attracted to this game.
Yeah, it's very aesthetically pleasing, like looking. But that is all for our easy mode. We're gonna skip normal mode today because we wanted to spend some time talking about our newest podcast, ClickerBait, which we already did earlier. And then now for our expert mode, we're gonna talk about Game Awards stuff.
Let's do it.
We're not gonna go over like every piece of information because there was a lot. And we're not gonna go over like every nominee winner, which like Jerica, I don't know about you. I'm sure even your tired brain was like, whoa, what is happening? Because like they were just listing people off nominated. They were like, okay, blah blah blah. They got this. The winner is this. The winner is this.
I don't remember much. I know Elden Ring won Game of the Year.
It did.
And then that kid got on stage.
Bro.
Like, that was the thing I remembered. And Kojima was there with Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I remember God of War won some awards as well, Ragnarok. Stray won more than I expected.
It did!
Yeah, which is cool to see. It deserves it.
I forget his name exactly. Kratos' voice actor.
Oh man, so that's not the first time he got on stage to talk, and he talks for a long time.
Bless him. It seems like such a sweet man, but I was like,
he's a long-winded guy. You know? Yeah, it was like, a lot.
Judge is his last name.
Yeah, Christopher Judge.
Christopher Judge. Yes. Great man. He won best performance.
I thought it was hilarious that afterwards Jeff was like, "Yeah, you're trying to give away a few more of those Steam decks, huh?" Like, yeah, keep talking, keep the Steam decks coming.
Because they were giving away like one every hour or something.
One every minute.
One every minute?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If you're watching on Steam, so.
Dang.
So yeah, that's crazy. That's some of the stuff I remember.
I'm hanging on my cords. Hold on.
What is it?
My BB pod. Oh.
You have a BB pod? Bloop. Oh. I was like, when did you get one?
I didn't get one. I didn't finish the game, which I've committed. Oh, there he is. She.
Yeah, it's Lou. She. So, I cannot wait for the next game, Kayla.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Start with that.
Let's start with it, because you know.
All right, you got the trailer queued, don't you?
Yeah, let's show the world this interesting trailer, because
introducing the World Showcase. Because they were teasing it for a while, but neither one of us thought it was Death Stranding 2. Like,
correct. I honestly apparently months ago, Norman Reedus is like, oh yeah, we started working on the second one. Like, he just casually said it. Sort of forgot about that. It is true.
Too. I didn't
They're
know
working on a sequel. Here it is. But I didn't know it actually would happen. You know?
Yeah.
Obviously, the first game, you hear about it, but it was one of those games you either loved it or hated it. A lot of people went into Death Stranding expecting it to be the next Metal Gear, and it was not. But I will tell you this. I think the first game, there's a lot of great things about Death Stranding. There's a lot of good things in there, I promise you. If you can get past a few expectations, like really dive in, it's a really interesting story. The gameplay mechanics, don't let anyone be mean about saying it's a walking simulator. It sort of is, but it's not just you're just walking. and it's boring. Like, it's interactive. You have to balance things and manage your cargo. Like, the idea about Death Stranding is so freaking cool. So I just can't imagine, like, what... The one thing about Death Stranding that I was just sort of like, I wish was better, when I'm so excited to see what comes in this sequel, is some of the combat. Like, I avoided combat in Death Stranding a lot.
Me too, from what I did play.
Because it was so hard, and it just didn't feel right. Like, it wasn't fun to play. But everything else about it was super fun. Like, I love making deliveries and talking about just recapping what I just shared. Like, the mechanics of walking through tough terrain, they nailed that. And that was
very realistic.
Yeah.
It was also really cool to, like, play on the PS5.
Yes, like with the DualSense and the trigger buttons to, like, balance your cargo is pretty wild. The trailer for Death Stranding 2, wild. We got some returning characters, which I'm super excited about.
Aravi in the chat said the trailer had more than I was expecting.
There's a lot of nuggets in here, Kaylin. I know you haven't finished Death Stranding. One day you will.
I will, and I've committed.
Even if you don't, you could literally go on YouTube and watch, like, all the cutscenes, and you would be fine. I would not judge if that's what you do. Because I
did play a good amount. I can't remember exactly how many hours I put in. And I didn't put it down because, like, I didn't like it. It was one of those things that happens to me sometimes where it just got put on my backlog because it wasn't, like, keeping me, you know? But I enjoyed all the aspects of it. Like, I didn't have anything wrong with it at all. I definitely... What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick it back up and see if it catches me. And if it doesn't, I'll probably just watch it.
Yeah, you should you see what happens. Don't feel bad for watching it, because obviously with this sequel, I think he's gonna lean into the things that he's probably gotten feedback around with the first game. Like, I'm sure they're gonna upgrade, like, some of the combat play style, like how do you interact when fight characters in this game. It does appear that some baddies are back. I love the end of this trailer, because, like, it's so dope, because the whole I think the character, Troy Baker's character, is singing this song, which is like and at the end, I don't know if this is his character, but he's, like, wearing a face that's not him in this, and, like, his look, it's so weird, like the lungs and intestines moving, hitting the guitar.
It's very strange.
It's all Kojima.
I mean, it's like metal. Like, it's pretty hardcore. I love it.
I love the end too. Like, the whole premise. I love when Kojima got on stage and basically, like, talked about, like, he rewrote Death Stranding 2, basically. He felt like he predicted the future too well, like with the first game, and he kept doing it, and it freaked him out. So he's like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this.
Meanwhile, Last of Us Part 2 is shaking because it came out in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, so Kojima shouldn't feel bad. But I love that the main thing about the first game was, like, sticks and rope and connecting people. Because obviously in the world that you're living in Death Stranding, you cannot be around people as easy. Sam Porter Bridges also has, like, a phobia of people touching him. And I love at the end of this, like, it's like, instead of white lines, the lines are red, and it says, should we have connected? You know?
That's pretty crazy.
Was it a mistake? That's where it's sort of headed. I'm also curious with this too, because it's called, it's DS2, and I think I remember from obviously Death Stranding 2, but I remember seeing from a tweet, there's a working title.
That's what I was going to ask you about, because it seems intentional that they didn't just say Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I thought that was... It is. Everything with Kojima is intentional. So, yeah, it even says in the title of this YouTube video from Kojima Productions, Death Stranding 2 working title. So, yeah. So, I don't know what it'll be called. There are some new characters in this game, so that's going to be cool to see. But yeah, I know at the end you probably noticed, like, Norman Reedus' character looks older, so that's interesting. I don't know why either.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because I haven't been spoiled on what happens. I know I feel bad because Jarek has wanted to talk to people about the ending and hasn't really had anybody to talk. Or your friend Laura played it, didn't she?
I don't think she's
finish
beaten it yet, but she's played so
Ah.
much. She has played a lot, so maybe I can get her to the end and get her on here. I would love to hear her impression.
Yeah. So, alrighty. Well, did you have anything else to add? They didn't give a date, right?
No,
Not at all.
You know, there's
Probably a while.
I don't think it's gonna be too long, honestly.
Okay.
I think.
What's your prediction?
I think this game isn't gonna be next year, but I think it would be possibly early 2024. Like, I mean, if we're throwing darts at a board, I'm feeling a little crazy. Like end of next year. Like I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like this game's a lot closer than we think. And I mean, he's got this engine that he's borrowed from Guerrilla Games, Desma. So they're experienced with it now. I don't think it would take a long time to get this game out.
So. I don't know. See. Last time it took, but
he started from the ground up then, so
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
What did you think about the opening trailer, Jerica, of Hades 2?
Oh yeah,
literally opening.
Awesome. Like I can't wait to get on the bandwagon for Hades at the beginning versus like the tail end this time.
Mm-hmm. So I have not played the first one, but it's been on my list. I do think that I would.
You gotta play it. You would like it.
Yeah. I have it on. I think I have it downloaded too because it's on Game Pass. I think.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, I don't know, but I have it downloaded somewhere. Somewhere it's downloaded. It is also so. I watched it with a group of our friends, and they said they let me know that it's Supergiant's the studio's first sequel.
Yeah.
Ever. They don't do sequels, so that's pretty cool.
It's surprising. I totally expected them to do something different. So the fact they're just going into a sequel is I'm for it. Like I think that's a smart move. I'm glad they're doing it.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. They also showed us something else. Did they show us a new trailer for Destiny Lightfall? Was that a new trailer? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a trailer. You got your little guardians. What was it called? The Strand. I kept forgetting. Like, it's not Death Stranding, but the Guardians. The Guardians are going to be able to wield a new type of subclass in Lightfall in this new futuristic city of Neo Neptune. And I can't wait because it's like your character gets to like basically pretend they're Spider-Man and like use the Strand to connect and like swing off things. It's gonna be a wild ride. No pun intended, because you're riding around, swinging around. And there's one part of this, like a hunter is using the Strand to like hold on to a Titan who's doing Thunder Crash, which would be so dope to see if you could like connect to another Guardian and do an attack. That'd be pretty dope. So.
Kind of going back to what we said a little bit earlier, Death Stranding related, or Ravi in the chat said he just got rained on and it made him older.
Yes. I mean, but
Destiny Stranding.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't know how that's possible. It's your fault if you haven't beaten it. You know I'm talking to you. Both of you.
Both of us, yeah.
Both of you.
So we're not going to dive into the Last of Us news and trailer that we got because we're going to save that for our first episode of ClickerBait. But wow. It also comes out on PC. Last of Us Part 1, what the heck? Comes out on PC.
Well, I'm so glad my friend will finally be able to watch or play it because she's been playing things on the Steam Deck, so.
That's awesome.
Finally.
And then we have one of my most anticipated games of next year, which is Jedi Survivor.
Woo! First look.
So excited.
What were your first? Do you know who that character is in the test tube?
No.
Okay.
And my brother, who is like big into Star Wars lore, does not know who it is either. So I think they're gonna try to do something new. If you're in the chat and you know, let us know. Like I don't think it's somebody. I think it's a new lore being added. I believe, or somehow maybe it's somebody and I just don't realize it. Like maybe you can't see them quite yet, but I have no idea. And that's kind of exciting, you know?
It's new Star Wars things.
Yeah.
They're just creating their own story.
I know. I follow the actor who is kind of like the likeness of
Mhm.
Cal Kestis, Cameron Monaghan, and he posted like we knew that I knew we were gonna get something because they announced that there was gonna be something at the Game Awards. But I did not expect him to be there. That was really cool. The actor was there.
I love he came out with the lightsaber, didn't he?
He did. He
I
did.
thought I
Come out. I
remembered
think
that correctly.
he did, and I think it was the I'm a Disney, I'm a Disney adult. It was the Disney version of the lightsaber
Ooh,
of his,
that's
because you can get
cool.
it made at Disney. But it looks so good. I love that they showed us like a actual gameplay. They showed us a lot of gameplay, which they showed us gameplay and then they showed us like cinematics as well. And most surprising thing of all is that it comes out in March.
Yeah.
That is crazy. This is the first look we're getting, and it comes out in how many months? 4.
Yeah. January.
Crazy.
Yeah, basically 4 months. It looks so good. Like I mean, the first one was great, and like I said, it's like they knocked it out of the park, even with the first one. And I'm like, man, the next one's gonna just be like a 10 out of 10. Like if they got it right, they got it right so well with this first one. This sequel's gonna be dope as fuck. Sorry, it's gonna be so good. I'm sorry. That's it. My COVID brain's just letting me
curse
throw
on this
out all.
podcast.
We do, but this game's gonna be so good.
Yeah. So yeah, very excited. One of my most anticipated. I hope that it's more of the first one. Honestly, I hope that it's similar. I'm sure it will be like the gameplay, the explorative like aspects, the having to come back to certain areas when you get new abilities, and
Which
that
I
sort
love
of thing.
that.
I love it.
What is it? They call that the Castlevania, the Vania-esque.
Something like that.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Death Stranding. Okay, here we go. I wanted to talk about this game that took me by surprise, that I liked it as much as I did. It's called Nightingale. I think we have a trailer for that one too. Mm-hmm. It's described as a Victorian fantasy adventure, and they also mention crafting and survival. And it's strange looking, but it's very intriguing. Jerica, do you remember watching this?
I vaguely do. And I was just like, this is unique. I feel like I've seen it before, but I couldn't remember.
I don't think I've seen it. I mean, they could have very well announced it already, and I just missed it, and it didn't catch my attention. But it looks very interesting. Looks very different and unique, and so I'm excited for it. It's very like almost steampunk vibes. It's supposed to come out in 2023. They didn't give an exact date. I don't even know who's the developer. I don't even know.
I don't know.
But like, look at all these things. It kind of reminds me of like Ark Survival, but steampunk.
Yeah.
Because like you're fishing, you're farming.
Like you said, you're farting.
You're farting. You're climbing. Like
got a little umbrella.
Pleasantly surprised.
It's like what's
It's wacky looking. I'm down. I want to do it. Look at him flying around.
I would play this with you.
Thank you. I don't know if it's multiplayer actually. Probably. We'll see. Alrighty. What else did we get?
I thought that Judas game looks really cool because, like, if you like BioShock, has some like the BioShock people are involved. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. BioShock chief developer Ken Levine.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, I know this is crazy, but I actually haven't played any of the BioShock games. I know.
You're missing out. They're really good.
I think they're like, you can get them in a bundle for either free or cheap.
I didn't really enjoy the second one, the sequel, but I loved Infinite in the first game.
Okay.
Oh, both so good. It's been so long. Apparently there is a BioShock's, like, I forgot who's developing it, but there is one in the works, but this it checks all my boxes, and it was also a weird looking one that I was like, this is going to be fun to play.
Yeah, I liked that one too. I forgot about that. What did you think about Diablo 4?
Is that when Halsey started singing? Was that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was weird. That was weird.
I sort of got lost and I forgot something got announced at that time.
Yeah. So I've never played a Diablo game. Have you played any of the Diablo games?
I played 3, but it's been like years.
I've never played any of them, but this looked interesting to me, not gonna lie. It intrigued me. It looks very like metal, like, you know, comes out in June 6th of next year.
That's impressive.
I'm interested.
I mean,
I'm interested.
I'd dive into it. It's been a while, but you know, I think like literally the last Diablo I played was I was saying duh. I think I played. Has Diablo 3 been out for a long time?
I think so.
Okay, because I think I actually went to BlizzCon when that was like being announced or was playable. I can't remember. When did that come out? When did Diablo come out? Diablo 3.
Chat. Do you know?
Because I feel like I went to BlizzCon 10 plus years ago. It's been a long time ago. When I was playing World of War, it was like in college.
2012. 10 years ago.
Okay.
Dang.
But they had it playable when I went. So yeah, okay. Yeah, it's been out. That game's been out a while. That's about, that's when I first played it, was when it first came out. So it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been years.
Dang. But yeah, I just thought it looked interesting. I've never played any of them. I don't know anything about them, but it looked interesting to me. Next, I don't know if this is in like the order in which it was released, but who cares? What did you think about the Horizon DLC, Jerica? The Horizon Forbidden West DLC, Burning Shores.
Not surprising. I'll pick it up. Yeah? I'll get back in there. I'll try.
Get back in
there. I just hope it doesn't. What happened last time doesn't happen again. And basically, wow, I haven't played this game in so long. I hop back in and I get my butt kicked because I just can't play it anymore.
That's another difficult one. I didn't finish it. It was a lot of game. I had to put it down.
A lot of game. And honestly, like, if you're anyone, just do the main story stuff. Don't do any extra stuff. Not worth their time. Well, I'm not trying to be a meanie, but that's just so much game. It is worth your time if you have all that time, but we don't have all that time. So
see, what's interesting is, like, with that one, for some reason, I felt like I only have done a portion of them. I'm sure it gets old very quickly, but
I mean, I had fun with like a lot of the side quests in Forbidden West. It just at some point, so I was just like, man, I'm ready to get to the end of this. This is really good, but I gotta beat this so I can move on to the next thing. But it's definitely worth your money. Like, this is one of the most beautiful games, and there's tons of game to play, and there's a DLC coming. So
yeah. Now, however, they did say it's only coming to PS5.
Wow.
So
that's fine.
It's interesting. April 19th.
That's a little surprising. That's a lot further away than I remembered. I didn't remember the date, so that's a long way. Yeah. So it'll be after VR2 game comes out. Call of the Mountain, whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. Oh, February's gonna be dope as hell.
Yeah, it's packed. Let's see. What else did we have? Oh, the new Mario trailer.
Yes.
Did you see that?
You're like in Mushroom Kingdom.
Yes.
It's so cute. I'm sold. It's gonna be so freaking good.
I watched it with our friend of the show, Josh, who just went to Nintendo Land in Japan. And it was funny to hear him like talking about it, because he, in the new trailer, they're like walking through the world, and he was like, oh yeah, I was walking through the world too.
Aww.
But I am very excited for this movie. I think it's gonna be really good.
Oh, it's already blown me away. Just like the trailers, I'm like, this is great, perfect.
Yeah,
good job.
Okay, the other one, that was interesting to me was Banishers: Ghost of New Eden. And that is due to come out at the end of 2023. It doesn't have a date. But see, I wrote this down, but now I can't remember exactly what was going on in the trailer. Oh, Life is Strange dev unveils supernatural action RPG. So Supernatural, sign me up. I'm down. I remember it was like very dramatic and like hold on, let me see if I can find it.
I don't remember anything about it.
Banishers is an action RPG set in the frozen wilderness of North America circa 1695. So it's like prehistoric kind of thing. Follows the story of Antia and Red Mac. Right? What the heck? A pair of ghost hunters and lovers working to protect the living from the spectral dead.
I'm gonna have to pull that back up so I can remember it, because I don't remember it.
Yeah, in gameplay terms, players will enter New Eden's communities in order to solve haunting cases. Don't Nod promises a mystical, lore-rich world plagued with supernatural creatures and ancient secrets. I thought it looked really cool. I think that it is, yeah, it says coming out.
I sort of remember this now. Yeah.
It looks pretty cool. I it's interesting to think that it's coming from Life is Strange devs.
I think that's what threw me off. Like, I think I remember seeing Don't Nod, and I was like, did they announce a new game? Like, what is this?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to make sure we didn't miss anything else. Can you think of anything else that we missed?
If we missed it, it wasn't because we, that wasn't our intention.
Just if you guys in the chat, if there's anything else that happened, I was sad that Cult of the Lamb didn't get the one award that it was nominated for. I forget what it was. I think it was debut indie or something like that. Was there any other wins that were notable for you? I think Elden Ring makes sense.
Made sense. I think everybody won what they should have won, so nothing to argue.
And somebody got arrested. It was very riveting.
Yeah, it was great.
Man, I thought that kid was just with them.
Me too. Be honest. But then near the end, I looked up, I'm like, is that kid with them? And I had a weird feeling about it.
Yeah.
And then he came up and said things. And I was like, whoa. He wasn't supposed to be with them.
Yeah.
I had a lot of medication. I was very medicated, highly medicated when I watched the show. And just seeing that part, I was like, what just happened?
But that was trippy for you.
Yeah, it was. All right.
Well, yeah, I think that's it for us. I thought it was a very eventful Game Awards. I think there was a lot.
I give it a B+.
Yeah,
B+. I like that it was shorter. I was so thankful it was shorter. Because the previous years, it was like at least 3 hours long, and I felt like it was not 3 hours long this time.
I think it was like two?
Yeah, thank God. And they went up like 22% in viewers, so it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I liked it. I think there was a lot of great stuff. Had some TV and movie, had some cool appearances. But I think that's all for us today. Very, very excited for our new endeavor. We hope that you guys are excited. You've been showing us a lot of love.
We'll post our first episode very soon. So
keep an eye out on our socials. We'll post when we're gonna put it up. We'll just shadow drop it one day. Because again, like we said earlier, we're not doing live shows, so you won't be able to watch it live, but you will definitely be able to listen on whatever. We'll have it on all podcast platforms like we do jkgames. So we're very excited. We will catch you on the flippity flop.
Flippity flop, don't stop. See you next time.
Bye.
Oh yeah,